Welcome back to Magic Gathering Strat. We are playing Goblins, and we're playing Goblins against Storm, it seems. He looked a bit stormy on turn 1. And he didn't go off, and Sparksmith is incredibly useless against him, so I'm casting Arsonist, and then I'm gonna Matron for Bushwalker, and I will just throw a lightning bolt in his head at the end of his turn. There was some sort of error in the beginning of the match. We lost the first minute. I hope that doesn't matter too much. I played Mountain Cohort. He played Mountain Probe Lotus Petal Ponder. And this Ponder means he doesn't have the combo yet. Fire Blast throws off his calculations pretty good. We have Electrickery in the sideboard, but overall our plan is just to kill him. And luckily the Goblin deck is very quick, so we might actually succeed in doing just that. Casting Matron, because we need a trigger for the cohort attack. And we're gonna get Bushwalker. And give the Storm deck some of its own medicine. So we will kill him next turn, but so now he needs to go off, and it's probably enough time for him to go off. So I think we could very well lose, depending on his hand. He only, at this point, needs... He doesn't need very much. We need to have found his Bushwalker. If he didn't find Bushwalker, he might live. There are 3 rituals. Preordain. The Storm count is now there. He can cast Empty the Warren's Bushwalker, and I will be at 1 life if I don't Fire Blast. And now Bushwalker is lethal, because he represents 24 damage. I can block 1 and Fire Blast the other. So if he has the Bushwalker, it's over. And he does. Alright, time to bring out the sideboard plan. So, what about Goblins? Here is the Goblin plan. Or is this the real Goblin plan? No, this is an old article about Goblins. Wow, do I have a plan? I think I'm improvising. Okay, against Storm, we're gonna need Electrickery. Against Blue-Red Storm, Tinker, Shaman, Pyroblast, Smash at Midrange, Sparksmith, Sylvok, Lifestaff. We obviously don't have any use for the Sparksmiths. Is there anything else that is useless in the deck? So what else to bring in instead of a Sparksmith? Lifestaff is always extra damage, but I think we're gonna bring in Gorilla Shaman. Yes. Okay, we got the conscript, we got the following, Sledder Raider. I think we need to play this. We don't play many mountains, we need to play some 1-land hands, I think. Because I don't want to be mulliganing too much with this deck. Because it's quite easy to fall out of reach and don't be able to hit 20 damage before you die if you don't have all your cards. So I'm conscripts done. And Benji cards is waiting for something. Alright. The blue-red storm deck is dangerous because it can do a first turn storm. I hope that doesn't happen. It didn't. I didn't draw land. I'm gonna play Sledder or Raider. They are the same card, but they will trigger the attack. And I hope to draw a mountain. This is pressure, but it's not a lot of pressure. So including the Sledder, I got him on 5 or 4 turn clock right now. Less with the bolts. But I can't stop anything now. Should I have bought in... this is actually the worst plan I ever had. I usually have like a gigantic sideboard plan. Ah, there was one, but it wasn't very easy to see. You should always have a prepared sideboard plan when you play Pauper. Like I always do, obviously. One of the reasons for my confusion is that keeping the Pauper sideboard plans in 2 different places in my file structure. So this is my list of sideboard plans. Do I think I need to work on the Goblins one? Especially if I want to do a walkthrough. There is a great episode, it's a very early episode, I think it's episode 2 or 3 of Pauper's Cage, where they go through Goblins, Grusbus and Gabushido. And it's awesome. They didn't like it. They thought their Storm episode 5, was much better. But I love it. It gives a great overview of Goblins, and you especially learn why Goblins is not a good deck to play. But it's fun. And it's one of those tier 3 decks that will always be there in Pauper. Okay. That's... yeah. Well, why not? I draw the land I needed. I will play Sledder, attack, play Bolt. Seems like a plan. Mine is not a complicated deck in this matchup. It looks hard to go off this turn with Evolving Wilds. How much damage can I do? 3, 9... oh well. Can I even kill him in 2 turns? Not with this hand. And the conscripts might not even be able to attack next turn. They will probably not be able to attack. And thus his life is prolonged unnecessarily. So this ability that conscripts have, it really does matter quite often. And that's why you have to keep the creature count extremely high in Goblins. I am now at 31, and that might be too few creatures. I think it is, but the quality of the creatures fall a lot. You have to play things such as flunkies. But we get to play the Matron. And she is getting Bushwalker again, which will make him play the Storm and kill us. Just like last time. Oh yes, I want to search. Yes, I want the Bushwalker. And that's lethal next turn, so... he will now have to play both Empty the Warrens and Bushwalker to kill us. So actually, should we not attack? That's an interesting thought. Because next turn we can attack for 4, 5, 9, 12. So we don't really need to attack here. So let's stay back and hang out. I'm not sure that's correct, but it seems like I'm opening up myself for his Warren's Bushwalker thing. Of course he can have any defense now, and no, I'm protecting stuff with Sledder. So I think this feels kind of correct. Because now he has to storm for 6. If Empty Warrens is the 6th card, it's not good enough, is it? Because he'll make... Oh, then he'll make 12 goblins. Yeah, that's good enough. 24, yeah. So I actually only needed to keep one guy back. Because 10 goblins is 20 damage and 12 goblins is 24. So these 3 guys staying back or attacking didn't matter. Because if Goblin Matron, who had Summoning Sickness, was the only one that stayed back, it would still work. If he had 20 damage, I would take 19. And the Lava Dart, of course. So, yeah, okay, it was good to stay back. Well, let's try to win this then. Tons of damage coming your way. Oh, Electricker stops part of the effect, doesn't it? Basically we have to pile them all on the conscripts doing 6 damage. Yeah, that saves him. No. Okay, we are sacrificing the Matron to protect the Sledder. Did I do that wrong? Yeah, I did. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, that was actually the first time I did that. Pretty bad. Well, Bushwalker is dead, and I should have sacrificed him. Yep, I have no defense for that. I didn't read the card properly. And that's why we play practice games. At least now his Gitaxian probes are useless, unless he casts them for 1 blue mana. Which of course he will. Oh my god, that was bad. What would have happened? I would have gotten in... I would have made 1 more damage, and that would have made no difference. So the mistake, although embarrassing, did not cost us much. You have to go off, sir. And there we go. Warren's Bushwalker is now lethal. Is it just Warren's? No, there's a Bushwalker too. But no defense against Electrickery, so... I found this matchup hard because it's hard to keep Electrickery mana up. But he didn't have a Bushwalker. Though he might very well have a Dispel. How many goblins are there? 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, well, I have to go for the Electrickery, right? And he has the Dispel. But he's still under some pressure here. And he's only at 5 lives. So if I draw any direct damage, I'm good. And here I can block one goblin. And I am quite far from dead. Bushwalker. Okay. He is attacking me with... He must attack with 11 goblins next turn. Because Lava Dart is gone from the graveyard, and these are just 11 goblins. So... War Marshal for the blocking. Peaks doesn't matter very much, but the mana might matter next turn. Playing Peaks. And I'm gonna attack with this guy. And I have yet another chance to draw another burn spell. Two goblins down. So, do I now throw the lightning bolt in his head at the end of his turn? I think I do, to make sure that I have Bushwalker and mana enough for another 2 damage spell. Blocking with the War Marshal here seems easy. There's 7 of those. I will go down to 6. I think I will block only with Marshal. Because now he has only 2 blockers, so Bushwalker Bolt is lethal. So he has 2 nasty cards in hand. And I'm bolting him. And we are gonna play things in the correct order. We're gonna play Raider. And Bushwalker. Which should now be lethal. Unless he has Electricker, but he has no red mana. So I think... He's dead! Yes! And we are 1-1 against Storm. Pyroblast seems like an interesting option, perhaps stronger than Gorilla Shaman. This is why you should have a prepared plan. Is there anything else that looks like bad stuff against him? Perhaps Deathspark is not the best, so we are putting in Pyroblast. It's dangerous to board out too much of what makes goblins goblins. So we will lose our violent nature. So let's see what happens in this third game. This is a crap hand. So what's in here? Nothing turn 1, turn 2, War Marshal, one guy hit with Bushwalker and Peaks turn 3. That was... It could have kept, could have mulliganed. I am in the habit of keeping too much, so I think that's what I did there. Even though we spend our time ranting a lot, we are now... Oh, another land. That's what happens when you keep a hand with too many lands. You draw another. We are 5 minutes ahead of him, despite us talking so much. which is quite surprising. Oh, we're giving him too much time. And what about the Echo here? I don't think Mog War Marshal. Mog War Marshal. Oh, that was on him. I don't think Mog War Marshal is going to die very often here. He's going to die to Electrickery, of course. Do I pay the Echo or not? I would feel much better playing Arsonist, a Bushwalker next turn. So, especially if he is not keeping Electrickery mana open. So I don't think I will pay the Echo this time. It's more common to pay the Echo than to not pay it. But against combo, I think we need to prioritize doing damage. So that is what we will do. So he will now play land and have Electrickery mana. In which case we will pay the Echo. Okay, that's a plan. But he do not have the mana. Yeah, that goblin deserved to die. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame. Not gonna pay it. And here's Arsonist. And Bushwalker for 6. Now we have another Bushwalker next turn. Unless we get Electrickery, which will now hurt a lot. And next turn we'll start being flooded. At least we did 6 damage on turn 3. Not very impressive. So let's see what he does. He forget to do the Evolving Wilds on my turn? Yeah. Probably pretty bad. So no Electrickery. I think he's having trouble over there. And in that case I'm gonna hit him for 8 or 10. Huh. Very well, Mr. Storm. And I even got myself another War Marshal. But how much damage is that? Is that lethal? No, it's 12. 12 or 10 then. Is there a point to... Then I have Deathspark mana open. And I think I like to have that. So we're bushwalkering. We are peeking something. Probably get killed. And in which case it does. We will cast Deathspark in response and get it back. Next turn we are lethal. And I think we need to spend that mana and cast Deathspark at the end of his turn. Or now, because now he'll burn something. He'll burn the Arsonist. I'm sure of it. Yes, burn spell on Arsonist. He's not the fastest player. And it's a lava dart. We are death sparking in response. So we only got him down to 7. Or 6 with the Arsonist effect, of course. But he's casting a lava dart from... And this... Him getting rid of his mountains is great. We don't mind that at all. So actually only getting him down to 8. And he's far from lethal. But can he go off? We shall see. Well, I can respond to nothing, so I'm the willing victim for Empty the Warrens now. And Lotus Petal is never a good sign, because that means he's going off. And actually now he has plenty of time to go off, as I can't kill him next turn, but he doesn't know that, so he's trying to go off now. And the problem with Blue-Red Storm is they never try to go off. They go off or they don't go off. Much different from Grixis Storm, the Blue-Red-Black Storm deck. Yep. This doesn't look good at all. And here we are, Empty the Warrens. Sacrifice Petal, cast Bushwalker. Yep. And it's over. Thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strats playing Goblins against Blue-Red Storm.